He even got to half a mile. And he was just determined to run, to at least do something with our team. He had a good foot, but his body wasn't in the shape it is meant to be. But he had the determination to keep on going. And then, in February, the season was wrapping up. Alex turned to me and said, "I'm going to do it today." And I said, "I'm going to push like you're going to do it today." And then he got out on the track. And he started a slow pace. He's jogging, he's jogging, he's jogging, all around this circular track, which I hate so much. And after one lap, I say, "Alex! How's it going?" He's still running, he's still running. "Doing great." Another lap. "Alex! How's it going?" "Not so great." Third lap. 4 laps to make a mile. He's still trudging along, still jogging. He's still going around. "Alex! How's it going?" "Not too great." And then I saw him finish his last lap. And I saw him slow down. I saw him trip a couple of times. And I said, "Alex, I'm going with you." Coach hates it when I exercise with the wrestling team. It's a huge liability for a brain-injured student to run or exercise at all with the wrestling team. Because if I get injured, it's on his head. But he saw Alex, and he's seen over all of these years how much he wanted it. And he saw me helping out. And all of a sudden, him focusing on the track to him whistling and looking away and passing a blind eye on us. And he was halfway done with his 4th lap. I sprint up behind him, and then right next to him, I start jogging. Jogging right next to him. I'm not touching him. I'm not doing anything. And he said, "Thanks." And that's all he could say, because he was seriously out of breath. And he just kept on jogging. And I kept on jogging with him. Sometimes he'll fall back. I say, "Keep up." And then we round the bend, and it's just a straight line to the finish line. And I say, "We're going to sprint it." He hasn't sprinted any of it. And he says, "I'm not sprinting it." And I said, "You are." And he says, "Sure." Because peer pressure and all that. And he sprints and sprints and sprints. And I'm sprinting all alongside him until we cross the finish line. And you see the entire team of 30 people just clapping. And he turned to me and said, "Thanks for running." And I can tell you one thing. He turned to me and said, "Thanks for running." He did not tell me, "Thanks for pushing me." Because he was the only one that can push himself. I could not push him. I could not carry him all the way across that finish line. He had to do it for himself, but he said he was glad that I was along for the ride. Thank you.
Alright, everybody. It's time to write down your evaluations for Zack. I'm going to pass it down, and then we'll get to listen to Helen's speech.
Any louder? I think that's that devil's advocate card is doing something to you.
Where's the yellow one? Well, I definitely didn't have the green one because I wouldn't have did this.
Totally anonymous and
I
everything.
need more paper. I feel like
I should have brought an manual.
manually.
Hmm?
Manually.
Stop.
I have great news, everybody.
What is it?
Thank you for asking, Zack. So, if you guys have been to any of the meetings, you've seen a number of her table topics. But today is her first speech as a Toastmaster. First prepared speech, everyone. Icebreaker. Very exciting. It is titled, I, Me, oh, I know, or you? Yes, I, Me, Myself. And it will be 4 to 6 minutes. Please welcome to the stage, Helen.
Well, thank you, everyone. So, today is my first speech. Well, before I start, I'm very glad to announce that the following 5 minutes is going to all about me. So, the story starts about the day when I was born. It was a winter day, but suddenly the flowers blossomed overnight, and people celebrated that day all around China. Well, that could be a little bit exaggerated. I would say that day is the Chinese New Year, and the flowers are actually just fireworks. So, anyway, I just want to tell you guys that how special I am, that I have never stepped into the same river twice. And however, even though I try to be so special and unique, I cannot resist one thing that is common for everybody, that is being a netizen. I could not resist the temptation of the internet. Actually, I love the internet. The internet tells me everything. The other day, I was very deeply bothered by the question that, that we were born like with the DNA as a combination of both the DNAs from my father and mother. So we kind of looks both like my father and the mother. But how come that we don't look half female and half male? Good question. And the internet tells me the answer. And then, sorry, I couldn't remember. Yeah. And also, before I actually came to the US, I always wonder how normal life could be here in the US. And I wondered, and the internet got me the answer. I watched all those TV series provided by the internet. The Gossip Girls, Desperate Housewives, House of Cards, and I thought, well, those people really know how to make a mess with their life. And now that I have come to the US, I don't actually rely on the internet for all those information. But when I met a new people in Toastmaster, I kind of got curious about, well, where he came from, when was he born, and that kind of stuff. And the internet tells me the answer, as always. There are Facebook pages, LinkedIn pages, and along with many other surprises, I would say. So, yeah, I just love the internet. And I think probably without the internet, I wouldn't know that most Americans actually work and study while the rest of the world sleep. Yeah, but what I meant, the rest of the world is especially in the world in China. So, and then I wouldn't actually fell in love with like so many dramas from other countries that I actually kind of started to pick up those languages because I don't really want to wait for the upload of the subtitles. Yeah, and I wouldn't try to watch all those YouTube channels for relax before bed for 1 or 2 hours sometimes. And most of all, I definitely wouldn't have the chance to enjoy the embarrassment of watching the Toastmaster video clips of myself. Yeah, okay. So I would say I love the internet. However, I still kind of secretly hated the internet because the internet not only like kind of frees me in the sense that it provides me with all kinds of information that I need, it constrains me in a way. For example, I was so much into the Korean dramas that I watched them like for a whole week, and then suddenly the YouTube front pages only recommends me all videos about Korea, everything with the word Korea. And I think a few weeks ago, I accidentally, out of curiosity, clicked on the list news about Emma Watson, and then all of a sudden I'm getting those notifications about from tabloid and all those gossips for like stars and that stuff. So in conclusion, I would say that internet really constrained my life because I only look at stuff that I want to look at and believe in those things that I want to believe in. That I know that there are a variety of words outside, but I just don't want to get engaged with them. Right? So that's why I hated the internet for that. So I would say as a netizen, as most of you are, I rely and depend on the internet every day. But I'm still struggling to get away with the side effects of internet. That's all.
Well done, Helen. I also feel the same way about the internet. And if you do want to know why you look like a woman or a man, you come talk to me after we sign out. I'll tell you why. And that concludes our Speakathon, the final Speakathon. That was for your evaluations, let's slide them down to Helen. But if there is nothing else for me to say, please welcome back to the stage Alex Matthews.
Let's give a round of applause for Melissa again. Gosh, we had a great meeting starting off with Jessica giving creativity juices flowing, then with the storytelling, after Grant giving us his interesting story about his major, which was really interesting, even though Tyler gave his accounting story, right?
I think so, yeah.
The other week. So we're learning all about accounting later, which is really interesting, actually.
And taxing also.
And taxing. That was her last speech. Just like
It was one of the most important speeches that we're listening to.
Exactly. Right around tax season.
Yeah.
And Helen gave a great icebreaker, which is very humorous and well put together. Good job. Thank you, Melissa. If all the feedback is back in its place, sorry if I didn't time you well enough, because some of your stories were just really interesting. Zack's, I know I didn't time very well. Grant's, I didn't time at all. But let's just say when you didn't time. It was very interesting. That's why I was lackluster on that. But does anybody have any announcements? Any other announcements? I like what she did with this, because she's an officer next semester, and she kind of basically got everyone to do the work for her, which I know, right? Which
No,
I felt like
she's making my job easier.
That's true. I bet she did a great job on it too. Any announcements, everyone? The last meeting is Monday, April 17th, and our last event after that is April 21st, the end of your party, which is going to be at Christopher Travis' house, really close to campus, from 9 p.m. to 12. So be sure to keep up with the Facebook page for the discussion. Any other announcements? Is that it? Okay, make sure to give each other feedback, and this video will be up online for people to look at. Please, everyone's speeches tonight were great. So please look at the video. That being said, we out.